Morning garden friends, let's take our tour of the secret cottage garden on here the beginning of summer and what it looks like at this state of progress. Now I just am getting the irrigation in, so everything's kind of still messy. It's not picture perfect, but I wanted to share with you the progress I have made so far. And in a couple of weeks, a few weeks, I'll give you another progress update. You can see how it transforms through the summer, and I hope you enjoyed that. So if you do, please give us a video a thumbs up, and let's get going on our tour. If you can look past some things, I'll show you the updates on the secret cottage garden. Now, ideally, I would have had things cleaned up for you at this point. But I'm just going to take a shot at this and see how it flies. Staging area still. I've got places to put things. My fountain here that the hummingbirds love. They come and take showers in it. This phlox, this is a proven winner's one. It's shorter, earlier blooming. I had to have it when I spotted it. I may get another. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put it, but I have some ideas. But I think it's going to go back here somewhere. This barrel's filling in, the impatiens are, so it's doing what I wanted it to do. My hydrangeas behind the bench are all about to get started. I moved this bench back over here. I missed having it here. This gets a bit of shade in the afternoon, and I can sit out here, take a breath from work, and then rest up. So here is another iceberg rose that I had saved from the gophers. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I may give it away. I don't know. So, look at this. Right here. That is gopher. Gopher dug up. This hose ran yesterday. And, yeah. They've already been digging around. So here this is my Coco Loco roses that I said I was going to put in this barrel. I showed my digging this out. I put it here in front of the bench. That way I can keep a close eye on my Coco Loco roses. I didn't have anything. This was a big bare patch. So I thought this would be good to keep track. Now this is another proven winner's Monarda. Stays shorter. Leading Lady. I think I'm going to put it back here somewhere and or up front. Ignore that. That's going to be coming out. So here are some plants that are staged there, just sitting, getting watered until I can get them in the ground. Look at this. This is, I think, is the sun coming out? Look at this rose. Isn't that gorgeous? I think this is Kiss of Desire. And I got that from Heirloom Roses. I'm not certain that's what that is. It could be Portlandia. I get the two. They're very similar in coloring, but I'm pretty sure that one's Kiss of Desire. Now look, these are doing great. This is Gopher Central, but if you can see down there, I've got the lilies planted in the pot, and this echinacea is in the wire basket. So far so good. So this is looking a little rough. It's been cold. We had a couple nights down to 35 degrees, and the petunias were like, don't like that. But it's going to heat up, and I'm slowly getting my irrigation done. You see I got some of the pipes in there. Haven't buried it under mulch yet because I'm going to see how it flies, how it's going to work before I mulch over it in case I have to make changes. But I will be able to run irrigation drip up to the hay rack. This here is my viburnum blue muffin, and it had pretty white flowers on it. I think that clematis, it's HF Young, I do believe. I think it's done blooming, so I'm going to prune it back and then train it up this. I showed in my previous video how it's along the back. It's blooming back there instead of up here. Look at this. This is Woolly Time, blooming beautifully. Got some larkspur in there that needs to come up. But look at this rose. This is Princess Alexandra of Kent, doing beautifully in here. This is my petunias I planted in here. These are the ones I started from seed. Like this is the tie-dye. Isn't that pretty? Look, you can see over here, the sun's coming out, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I think I'm going to do that again next year. Get some more. I'll do even more because I like that variegation on it. So back here, foxgloves are blooming. The bobo hydrangeas are still alive, coming along. So they'll be real pretty when they fill in. I have a daisy, a crazy daisy back there. My smoke bush tree is doing gorgeous. Now there's the hay rack. The other hay rack is shorter than the one I showed you, full of petunias, and I thought I would put it up here, but when I hung it up, it didn't look right because it was so much smaller than the other one. So I need to get another 48-incher to hang up for it to look right. So this Silene, aka red campion, not rose campion, red campion, has been so stunning during the cooler weather. So I know that it's a winner for me because it's something that blooms when I don't really have a whole lot of other color going on. Now this Orion hardy geranium, I transplanted this from the side garden, the rose alley. It never did well over there, and it's doing stellar here. So it may be the sandier soil, I'm not certain. But here's Phyllis, this hardy geranium. I do have quite a few hardy geraniums in my garden because they do well. The gophers have left them alone. Now last year I put that Proven Winners, it is a hydrangea, what is it? I can't remember it right now. I'll put it across the screen. And there's Reuben sneaking around, trying to find a comfy spot in the garden to lay. Now I have a climber rose back there. It's not done very well, so I don't know if the gophers are chewing on it. I do have a Dusky Maiden's delphinium. Let's see if I can move this over right there. I'm hoping that will fill in and do fine. But the larkspur's coming out. Larkspur I let reseed itself, so I just thin out what I don't want. Whoops, almost tripped. So down in here, I haven't decided what I'm putting yet. I could put petunias, I could put all kinds of things, but I'm just getting this all cleaned out. This is where I had that container, galvanized metal tub, that I put my Coco Loco roses in. Now you see the flagstone, it's got a lot of weeds around the edge. I gotta get that. But the centerpiece, there's the boxwoods I have put in here. I had them in containers. I'm trying to get everything I have in containers in the ground. I've procrastinated, or I didn't know where I was going to put them. So here's also more of my petunias that I started from seed. These are the wave petunias. This is the denim shades, which there's, it'll get all kinds of shades of purple, lavender on the same plant. As it ages, it changes color, but they all meld so beautifully. I also have some of my white petunias that I started, wave petunias from seed, in here. So this is going to fill in pretty. I just got the drip in, so that's coming along. This is where I had dug up the Nepeta or Nepeta for the Rose Alley. So here's another piece. I had to put the boxwood there, where that's where the other one was. So that's why it got dug up and moved. But being able to put it over in the side garden was great. So that's how the centerpiece is coming. I decided on elephant ear in the center, so hopefully that will come up. I'll give it some time. It's been cold, so that's why it hasn't come up yet. It's going to heat up. If it doesn't produce, if that was a bad bulb or something, I will go ahead and fill in with something else. But I thought the elephant ear there would be pretty. Now here is a David Austin rose. This is my Asma Sharifa, or Sharifa Asma. This was started from a cutting that I had tossed in the compost bin, and it took root and I planted it. The parent plants, I had 3 of them, died in a late freak freeze, and they were not on roots. So I was so thankful that this piece rooted, and that's one of the reasons I always aim for own root roses. But there's more of that lamium. The hole in the center is I had a pot sitting there, and that's why that's showing that way. But I've been putting my Verbena bonariensis vanity in here. It's a shorter growing one. It's over there. It's coming in just fine. I planted these 2 boxwoods along the path. I have new gravel for the path that's going in. My firefighter rose is about to bloom. So all through here, I've been focusing, like I said, on the irrigation. You know, once it heats up, this is all going to change so much, so fast. I'm going to walk you over here. The iceberg rose is blooming beautifully up here. Again, another one. Those are my wave petunias I started from seed. Love them. I think that is the denim shades. Now here, my Colette rose, doing beautifully. Had to give it a hard prune, that's why it's shorter. It would normally have been up towards the peak of the arbor, but again, the winter snows broke it down. And that's pretty much it. Getting the irrigation installed here has been such a big job, but I'm so thrilled it's coming along. And then I can really focus on, like, I'll throw seeds of cosmos and zinnias in here as well for summer color. And there's lots of lilies that are in pots. I got to sink them into the ground. This hide haul back here is really been looking pathetic. I don't know. I mean, it really got smashed in the snows back here. Back here it was really even more deep, heavy than in the front. And I don't know if that was it or what it is, because the other 2 are in the front are in pots too. But I don't know. I may go ahead and get a cage and put this in the ground. And or maybe I'll gift it to someone since I have 2 others, and try another type. So along this back lattice, the roses are filling in, and I'm tying them up to it as it goes along. So yeah, that is a tour of the Secret Cottage garden, and I think I got done just in time because the construction workers are going to get started. I could hear them starting behind us. So I am going to update you in another video on my vegetable garden and how my little DIY greenhouse is working out. So I'm also going to show you something that if you have a spot that right here, I have a bunch of roses staged that I need to get in the ground, but I think I'm going to put my tomatoes back here, some of them. That one's looking really sad. Can you see that? 35 degrees. Tomatoes do not like 35 degrees. So it kind of made it look sad, but it's still alive. This is a hot spot, but over here is the project to tackle next. Back here has been the catch-all for things that I moved that I didn't have space for or didn't know where to put. So that's going to be a big job, but you know, once it's done, it's going to be fantastic. But I wanted to share with you. This is my Kiss Me Kate Arbor Rose, and it's just getting started. I want to get another, got this from Heirloom Roses again. I want to get another for the Rose Alley, and this is Viking Queen. Another one. The only thing about this one is when it gets heated up, the flowers scorch a bit in the sun. But other than that, it is just a rampant grower. So that is, I'm going to turn back around, say good morning to my ladies. They're wanting some. So I hope you enjoyed that tour. And as I said before, I promise to come back and show you more progress as well as more projects that I am working on. So see you next time.